This isn't just a review, it's a therapeutic session. I'm here to talk about Football Manager 26, the game that promised us a revolution after taking a glorious gap year, a sabbatical if you will, to ditch the old engine and rebuild itself from the ground up. We were told this was the new dawn, the next generation of spreadsheet addiction. I waited 2 whole years dreaming of smooth match engines and intuitive menus. What I got was a game so tragically confused about its own identity. It makes me feel like I'm managing a League 2 side with a billionaire budget but a CEO who only communicates via interpretive dance. They took their time, they had their chance, and frankly, they've released a beta masquerading as a premium product. Let's get straight to the biggest issue, the one that's actively trying to kill my love for the franchise, the user interface. It is, to put it mildly, an absolute disaster. Every simple action now requires a bewildering pilgrimage across 3 different screens, multiple redundant clicks, and the patience of a medieval saint. A clunky, sluggish, lag-ridden bureaucratic nightmare has replaced the fluid, intuitive flow that used to make me feel like a masterful puppeteer pulling the strings of my club. I spent 5 minutes on one match trying to figure out which player was injured because the tiny, invisible injury icon was hiding like a nervous mole, turning a quick substitution into a panic game of managerial guess who. The collective sigh of the PC faithful could power a small city, and it's all because this new interface screams, "I was designed for a controller." This game is the spiritual successor to a spreadsheet, a game traditionally played by people with a mouse and a single monitor full of glorious high-density data. Now everything is big, blocky, and clearly compromised to work on a platform this game has no earthly business prioritizing. It feels like they built a bespoke, high-performance racing car only to compromise the entire engine just so your grumpy uncle can drive it with his feet. For a management sim that demands you process literally thousands of pieces of data per hour, making the data presentation this confusing and slow is an unforgivable offense. It's an insulting betrayal of the core audience who spend their lives in these menus. The amount of wasted screen real estate makes me weep. I could fit another full list of transfer targets in the space occupied by one massive ugly button. And the betrayal doesn't stop there. They seem to view the 2-year break as a chance for a massive feature purge. Beloved fundamental quality of life elements are just gone. I can't easily compare my transfer target with one of my existing players unless I leap through hoops like a circus animal. Simple, indispensable things like the handy calendar or the ability to save my preferred starting lineups are nowhere to be found. Even the frantic, high-drama ritual of a transfer deadline day has been stripped out, leaving the most exciting part of the season feel like a dull Monday morning meeting. The entire experience between matches is now such an unnecessary, agonizing slog that I found myself automating everything. Not because I wanted to delegate, but because I simply didn't want to deal with the menus anymore. Bad UX decisions and missing functionality have buried the genuine joy of Football Manager. The graphical overhaul they promised is similarly underwhelming. After 2 years and an entire engine migration, the 3D match engine still looks like an old FIFA title. The players are stiff, uncanny puppets, occasionally suffering from visual bugs that leave them looking just very sad. The collision detection is so poor, it's like watching 2 toddlers try to hug while wearing giant coats. They phase through each other in ways that absolutely break any sense of immersion. And the frame rate during match highlights? Oh, it tanks so hard, especially when the weather is bad, that it makes my high-end machine cough up a lung. It's genuinely unacceptable. The one genuine positive from the engine switch, however, is that the game's back-end simulation speed is ridiculously fast. It processes seasons like lightning, which is great because I can now hit continue and go make myself a sandwich while the game races through the calendar. The real tragedy is that beneath the broken interface and the technical shortcuts, the core of the game is arguably the smartest it's ever been. The new tactical system, which finally allows you to define distinct in-possession and out-of-possession formations, is genuinely revolutionary. For the first time, I felt like a modern coach, fluidly shifting my 4-3-3 attacking shape into a solid 4-4-2 defensive block depending on who had the ball. It offers a level of tactical depth that is exquisite and rewarding, and is easily the biggest leap forward in the actual coaching experience in years. Seeing those instructions come to life on the pitch, even with the plastic dolls running around, is the only thing that keeps me glued to the screen. It's the secret sauce that makes me momentarily forgive the endless clicking. Is Football Manager 26 worthy? No, not right now. This is the very definition of a relegation scrap. The genius new tactical system and the ridiculously fast engine processing are top flight features, absolute world-class talent. But they are completely and utterly let down by a buggy console-compromised user interface and a crippling lack of essential quality of life features that have been stripped out for no good reason. It's a brilliant, world-leading football simulation trapped inside a horrendous, near unplayable shell. It was kept in the oven for 2 years and somehow it still came out burnt and undercooked. This game is a prime example of how poor design can absolutely crush excellent mechanics. Unless the developers release a half dozen massive patches to bring back the missing features and gut the current UI in favor of something actually functional, this is a title you should leave on the bench. Wait for FM27 or play the older version. Don't subject yourself to this beautiful, brilliant, baffling mess.